Yaloha! Wow, I'm gonna pop in a bit quicker than I thought I would. Obviously, I have something to say, and I do actually have something very important to say because it's come up. Sorry, I still am doing the ums. I'm sure I'll get the ums and ers out of my system soon. But the important thing I want to quickly talk about you today is having protective practices. It's always relevant, but I've had it come up again, like in my own life, and then a number of friends, and then I've seen stuff online, and I'm going, and I've learned, I am an energy reader, so I read into the energy and I can determine, what sort of energy it is. I'm still learning. I'm not actually a professional in this by far at all. This is like a learned thing, so it's very interesting as I'm kind of following this path. But it is really important to have protective practices. Once upon a time, I had no idea what that was, and in hindsight, after I've sort of learnt on my journey about how there is such a thing as psychic attacks, thoughts are things, and people can project onto you consciously and unconsciously. People are doing it all the time, like when they like evil eye sort of thing. People will, when they send hate, like that, literally the energy can get you. And I don't want to scare you at all, but I learned this the hard way, because I used to have like debilitating like back stuff, shoulders, like in my upper back, and wow, it was so painful. At sometimes, like I remember at one point I was like bedridden. I just couldn't even move, and it was nothing medical, because that was back when I was going to the doctors. I haven't gone to the doctor since my last pregnancy, so I don't want to, because I'm actually a little wary after the last 6 years of Western medicine. Even though there's really good stuff, there's maybe some not so good stuff, but that's not what I wanted to get into, even though it's part of it. So in our I'm all twisted. In our multi-dimensional reality that isn't as real as it feels and looks, thoughts can be things like there is spell casting. Every time we speak, we are casting spells with our words. Is it abracadabra? The meaning is, as I speak, I create. So we are forming our reality via our thoughts, which become words. And when the words become, the thoughts become words, and you speak them, it is the resonance, the vibration of your words that have meaning, that can actually, it can create or destroy. So I didn't know about protective practices. I kind of, maybe gathered something, but I never really understood it. I didn't delve into it until recent years, and then I started a protective sort of mantra, affirmations in my shower every night. I started showering at night time by candlelight. I do incense, which, that is something else. And I would speak through my protective practices, which I won't get fully into it right now, only to a certain point, because I feel like everybody's practice, even though you can learn from someone, you need to individualize it, so have it coming from you. So don't just copy paste someone else's, kind of feel your way into it. You can use it as a springboard, and you can utilize, you know, the flow and certain words, but find your words for it in a way. So I started my affirmations, my protective sort of shields in my shower, which is water, which is consciousness. And it wasn't till quite a while down the track, after I'd been doing it for a while, that I realized I didn't have any more pain. Like, you know, the stabbing pain that I used to get in my back had disappeared. And the kind of stranglehold, I also had neck issues, problems with my voice speaking up, like it just disappeared. And then I recently had another online attack, like a gang attack over something which I don't want to get into right now, but it was multiple people coming. And because, you know, my practices are pretty tight, I didn't get anything. I think I would say I would have, had I not had these practices in place. But also within that, and I've been connecting more and more, and part of that protective practice is grounding. Go out on the grass, like my little grass patch is just out there. Take your shoes off and just allow the earth to help cleanse and clear your energies, cleanse and clear your space. Allow things to be taken that aren't wanted. Allow things to be given that are wanted. And I actually, after this situation that happened, I did go do that. And I was facing the sun. I had my feet, I was going to say I had my feet off, my shoes off. My feet were barefoot on the damp, dewy lawn. And as I am clearing my mind, I had this wonderful, beautiful envelopment of, it was like white, gold and sparkly sort of light, but like a shield. It was like a bubble, like a shield. And then I had the realization, and this was, this was so beautiful, like, this was so beautiful because behind me, and I've not had this before, I realized standing tall and strong behind me was the great white lion. Like, you know, I think of Aslan, like that was the word that came to me. And this big beautiful lion that I still feel behind me now, and I don't think it's left me at all. It's he is like 4 times as big as a normal lion, and he's white and beautiful and strong and full. And it's like this new level of protection came in, obviously. But another thing that came to me was, so I had this little online attack, which I just got to laugh at because, you know, it's so crazy how we still do that to each other, like we attack each other. You know, when I look at the world, now this, you know, I've just gone on a tangent, but this is a whole other thing. It's crazy that we need to protect ourselves from each other. It's crazy that the earth needs to protect itself from us. I mean, mind you, you know, the earth is a big gal, a big being. She's a big, beautiful being. It's not like we can irritate her, we can upset her, we can make her sad. We can't ever really kill her, like, and there's no way you know, if you're worried about nuclear war, that just can't happen, because there are energies and entities that would just come on in, not necessarily for all of us, but for Mother Earth, to save her. So she is our protection, even though, you know, we are worthy too, all of us. But it's crazy that people attack people, and it's not just on the physical level. It's not just this illusion of the physical, of someone coming at you to hit or to strike. It's on another dimensional spiritual level, where people can do that with their actual thoughts. And you know, you might have heard of voodoo or spell casting with witches, but everybody, every single person is doing that every day. If there's someone, if you're jealous of someone, if you're envious, or you just don't like them and you send that, that will hurt them. But if you are someone, now I'm going to get my pointing finger out, if you are someone who goes, right, I'm going to do that because I've got a nasty streak in me, no, you can't, because it'll come back to you. So whatever you send out will come back. So, and you cannot block that. So don't do it, because you're not only hurting other people, you're hurting yourself. So quit it. Quit it. Okay, I might be rambling here, so that's just what I do. That's fine. But the important thing is, if you do find you have any pains and that aren't really explained, it could be a psychic attack, it could be a word attack, it could be a spell, but you can easily counteract that. You can protect yourself. You can also, as I've been realizing, call on the great white line, or you may have a spiritual connection with another magical, mystical creature. It could be a dragon, it could be a unicorn, you could have fairies on your side, elementals, ancestors. Like, I have found out I have kick-ass ancestors who might not be as kind as I am, and I kind of feel for anybody who might have come under their want for justice. But I would say to them, please don't hurt, only teach, because we cannot do this anymore. It's time to stop hurting each other, attacking each other on whatever level, and turn over the new leaf and go into the new eternal golden age, where we all live in peace, love, light, health, wealth, abundance, joy, happiness and harmony, in fulfillment as family. Now, I feel like we are on the precipice of this right now. We're doing our last clearing on the planet. The dark side of the force is kicking and screaming right now, not really want to give it up. Like, the only thing is, sorry, that's a fly. The only thing is I wish these dark forces realize that, you know, when this kicks over and we get to that next chapter, it's good for them too. But it's just how the story has unfolded. I do have, I can tell that story sometime. I find I don't sort of pre-plan stuff at all. I kind of have one little thought, like when I sat down, it was the protective practices, because it's relevant for me right now, and it must be relevant for you, because that's why you're here listening. So, and then I know it can go out and I can end up going on a tangent, going around on a bit of a circular motion, and that's okay. That's just the way it's happening for me at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to stop right here anyway. So just the key thing for what I think I said, if I can remember, put some protective practices to guard yourself against any invisible, unwanted energies that people might consciously or subconsciously be sending your way. I think actually most people don't do it on purpose. It's probably reasonably rare. I think people who do understand how that works do know that it's actually going to hurt themselves too, so they tend not to do it because they're going to protect themselves. But there are people who don't know that and they send it out and they hurt people and then it comes back on them and nobody's happy. Okay, that's it for me. If you do want me to talk more about that particular thing, I don't know if I will ever really write notes. I like kind of going intuitively, but I'm still learning how to tap in and filter my intuition, because as it comes in, it just comes in a big block download of everything. So it can get lost in translation as I'm trying to get it from here to you. Anyway, so wherever you are, whatever time of day it is, I hope you're having a beautiful experience, and I'm sending much love. Mwah. And I will be back at some point.